Hey guys, I see you all rolling in now. Hey Sandy. Hey. Hello. Thank you. It's kind of like one of those days where I felt like I needed to get up and like actually kind of put myself together. But after this, I plan on doing more of those fitness martial dance workouts because I've not been very active at all today. It's been kind of a weird day for me. So it is. It's very sunny and nice out. You're struggling today? I'm not necessarily struggling because I'm hungry, but I think I'm struggling because I'm bored, which sucks. Bored eating is the worst because then you end up eating half a bag of chips before you even know it and can stop yourself. So yeah, being in the kitchen right now is not fun for me. How are y'all doing today besides that though? Hi. Hello everybody. Rolling in. I love seeing these same names pop up every day. I think it's awesome that you guys are still showing up to these little live parties. "40 hours completed. Awesome. Hello, I'm new. You're an inspiration." Thank you. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Angela. Busy at work and fighting the hunger. Good for you. It's hard. Like, I feel like when you're at home, it's harder to fight the hunger than if you're at work. Because if you're at work, odds of you having a fridge full of food are a lot more slim than if you're at home and you have a one there. You have booze there that'll take the boredom away. You must be new. I don't really drink that often. I talked about it yesterday in yesterday's live video. My house is the only house within my group of friends. So they bring their stuff here and leave it. And this is just like a collection except for the wine bottles. Today is your first try without the 500. So far, so good. That's awesome. Good for you. That's a big step when you go from doing nothing or like, that to nothing. And work means more distraction. Yep, it does mean more distraction. So I've been trying to keep as productive as possible. You asked yesterday. I answered that yesterday. I've actually seen Hamilton, the traveling show. So I'm in Florida and work. Just want to say hello. Yes, it's hard at home. I've been definitely struggling trying to make it through 500. Yep. Thank you. Started Sunday at 11. Was our last meal. Can't believe I made it this long. I plan on doing ADF but giving myself a boost. Hey, good for you. That's awesome. Whatever works for you. That doesn't work for everybody. For me, I get so excited to think about the next day being an eat day that I don't know if I can go longer than what I already do. Kind of upset with yourself, don't know if you didn't eat enough yesterday. I've had that issue before too, where it's like, oh, awesome, I'm like, when are my calorie count for the day? And then the next day I'm like, oh my God, I'm so hungry. And then I get emotional and I just have to eat because then it's like, I have to do it. You fear they're gonna force you to eat? I would just come across and tell your side. I mean, if they're used to you doing one meal a day, just try saying, I'm gonna try to extend this and go alternate day and see what they say. You weigh every day, is that typical? I don't know the answer to that just because, let's see, you did the calories like how I suggested. You say you didn't lose anything, but you weigh yourself every day. That's one reason why I don't weigh myself every day, because then I would get discouraged in the long run. Sometimes it does take people a couple more days or weeks to see some pounds drop just because your body's getting used to the change. So That could be part of the reason, but I don't have all the answers, unfortunately. I just kind of do what I feel works for me, if that makes sense. So yes, what's the topic today? I don't think there's a topic today. Today we're just gonna kind of check in. You tried fasting for 18 hours every other day and didn't lose any weight. Did you drop your calories? Because if you watch your calorie intake, that could be part of it. I exercise every day, Donna. Well, every day except one day a week. Typically on Sundays, I will take a break. Watching some of these pop in here, guys. What's your opinion on 1 meal a day? My opinion on 1 meal a day is if it works for you, then awesome. For me personally, I can't do it just because if I have one meal, then after that, it's like game over for me. I feel like I have to eat the rest of the day, so. 2 a.m. in India, oh my goodness. You weigh yourself the 11th of every month? I was weighing myself the 5th of every month, which was like my anniversary of my weight loss journey. Weighing monthly is life-changing. I agree. I'm sorry, I didn't see what you said there. You said I was missing your query. I get some of these things pop up and some of them don't. So if I missed your question, I'm sorry. How strict am I on my eating day? I mean, what do you mean by how strict? Like, do I follow my calorie count to the T? Because that's kind of what I do. I try to stay at my calorie count as much as possible. What was your 5K time yesterday? My 5K time, oh my goodness, I don't remember. I think it was like 30 minutes, and that's after coming back from a knee injury, so. It actually was kind of bothering me more today. I think it's because I'm trying to correct the way that I was running. I think I was running incorrectly. Your weight fluctuates with AEF. Mine does too, and that's why I only allow myself to weigh myself once a month, because if one day I see like I'm at 130 pounds and the next day I'm like at 135, I'm like, but yesterday I was 130 pounds, so that's why I only weigh myself once, because then I would get super discouraged. Indeed, great that you did the 5K. How was your knee holding? It was better. I don't think it's what you had asked me about specifically, or what you had told me about specifically, Dennis. I think it's something else because it's not running along like Okay, you guys can hear me now. So sorry about that. My internet just like completely cut out or something like that. Yeah, sorry guys. I don't know what happened. It just like stopped on my end and I was like, I'm gonna have to cancel this one and do another one like what I did last time. Ugh, so annoying. How do I take care of my hair? It looks amazing. I usually don't straighten it or do very much to it. I just wash it every other day, usually on my cardio days, and then, yeah, there's not really too much to it that I do. You just recently put the treadmill in the living room, watch the kids while watching your live. Excellent way to get the steps in. Hey, that's cool. Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys, the video stopped. I don't know what happened. Hit button. My weight didn't go down, went up like a pound, but forgot it's usually when I gain a few pounds a month. Okay. Do you get really hungry after running? No, not really. I haven't noticed my appetite really go up or anything whenever I run any more than it would be if I was working out any other day. I hope that person's still here. Okay, there. I think I got as much caught up as possible while I was gone. Do you strength train at home now that the gyms are closed? Yeah, I actually have a really awesome setup in my basement. Ian was really big into weightlifting and stuff like that. So we have a treadmill and a power rack and 4 different bars and 2 benches, and so we have like the whole setup downstairs. I've never had to go to the gym. Do you ever feel lightheaded during fast days? What do you do to remedy them? I don't have that issue. I haven't had that issue in the past before. Kind of makes me wonder though if that would have something to do with the electrolytes, but I'm not sure. That's a good question actually for people who do feel lightheaded. What about withdrawals? I have a massive headache. Any suggestion? You could also try the electrolytes too. I know people have said if they have headaches, they do Himalayan salt, pink Himalayan salt in some water, and that helps alleviate the headaches. Yeah, electrolytes will help. Are you on your fasting day? I am on my fasting day today. Today's a fasting day, which is why I don't have a topic to talk about, because I think on my fasting days for these videos, I'm just gonna do like check-ins and we won't really have a topic in general, just because I don't want to start talking about food or whatever on fasting days when other people are fasting too. Just started alternate day fasting immediately after a 14-day fast. What do you think? I don't really have an opinion on that just because I don't really know what the benefits would be behind it. I mean, I don't think that there's an issue with it. If that's kind of what you're doing and what works for you, then go for it. When you're counting calories, do you cut anything out specifically? Carbs, processed foods? No, I don't cut anything out. I count all my calories in. Anything that I eat or consume, like drink-wise, if I were to have like a glass of wine, I make sure I count those in my calories. Anything that I put into my body, I count on my calorie counter, so. Any suggestions on starting out weightlifting? Need to tone arms and legs. Any suggestions for starting out weightlifting? Start small and work up to what you're comfortable with. Whenever I first started, I could not do a ground push-up, so I did my push-ups like on an elevated surface. You can use a bench or a coffee table or whatever and just elevate and then just kind of work your way down to a flat surface. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Pinterest is a great place that you can go to find a lot of workouts, because that's where I really started before Ian gave me a plan, which I actually filmed kind of like a video of the plan that he made me, but I know a lot of people don't have equipment and some of the things that I did required equipment. So I've been trying to toy with the idea of making in-home workouts and stuff like that, and I know a lot of people are right now. So it's something that I should definitely look into. Do I fast on days that I'm sick? Yes, I fast every day without switching my schedule. Just fasting to me fasting helps eat the toxins out of your body, for lack of a better word that I can think of. At the moment, my brain is not with me today. So if you fast on a day that you're sick, the odds of you getting over a little quicker are better. And I've said this before in the past couple of videos. I've been fasting for over 2.5 years now, and I've been sick maybe 2 or 3 times during that time. And I think a lot of that has to do with fasting, because it's kind of one of the benefits. It's definitely an immune booster. How many kilograms did I lose to do? I don't know, because I follow the pound. I've lost 108 pounds though. I don't know what the conversion is for that, sorry. Where did you get your hip pad that you put on your weight bar? I got that off of Amazon, and I think it's called Perfect Peach or something like that, but they have all kinds of them on there. Oops. I'm dying. Do you know of any 0-calorie electrolytes? Don't want to break my fast, but my head is killing me. That's why I think people have said Himalayan salt. I think Powerade is another 0-calorie drink that you can do too. I'm not sure if that breaks your fast or not. To be honest, I don't know. I know some people say that certain ingredients can break your fast and pull you out of the fasting state, but I've always just stuck with the 0 calories and haven't had an issue with that. So sorry if that's not a very good answer. No, I meant, do you try to watch eating them or minimize carbs or processed food? I'm more conscious of what I do eat, if that kind of answers your questions. But really, I try to rely more towards like eggs and maybe some of those protein pancakes like what I showed you guys in those breakfast video that I did, the live breakfast video I did a while back. And then like salads and berries and things like that. But it's not like I'm like, I can't eat that because it's a processed food. It's kind of like, do I want to eat that because it's a processed food? So it's like, I'm more conscious of it, I guess, if that answers your question a little bit better. You only got headaches at first from caffeine withdrawals. You drink coffee and diet pop on your fast days, and that helps a lot. Okay. How tall am I? I'm 5 feet 4 inches, so I'm short. Your body still feels alien. What about me, or what about you? Yeah, I would say that, because there's still times when I look at myself in the mirror and I think I haven't lost a lot. And so it does still feel very alien to me. There's sometimes too, like after a workout or just in general, like look at my body and I'll be like, oh my God, like there's a muscle there that I didn't know even existed. I remember when my collarbone first showed up, like whenever I could start seeing my collarbone, I was like, I have one of those. Or like my cheekbones, I was like, oh my God, I never had cheekbones. It's definitely weird, like seeing those like no scale victories almost. Is it hard to get your whole meal down when you eat? I'm new here. Personally, I don't have that issue. Mostly I think it's because of the amount of exercise that I do. Whenever it's like an eat day for me and it's time for me to eat, like I can usually finish everything on my plate just because I went the whole day before without eating anything. So it's just, I'm able to refuel my body pretty easily. We can say that. Like it's pretty easy for me to eat everything. On eating days, does anyone still feel hungry after eating? I feel that way sometimes, to be honest. I've noticed definitely adding in more proteins at night in my meals. So like chicken, meats, of course. You can even do like a protein shake afterwards and then drink water, and that definitely helps because you don't want to overeat, but I do think that adding in extra protein helps. I usually will have something a little extra after dinner every night with protein. How many hours do I fast for my fasting days? It's 38 or 36 to 40 hours is my typical amount. How many meals in a day do I eat? I eat 3 meals a day and then snacks if I feel like I need something during the day. How often did your weight stall when you initially was losing? It didn't really stall except for 1 month. That was month 10 of intermittent fasting, and I've talked about this before as well. I had been doing a lot of things socially on the weekends, including drinking, and whenever I cut out alcohol the next month, I lost 12 pounds. So it was like that 1 month, month 10, I didn't lose anything, but the next month, after cutting out all the alcohol, I lost 12 pounds. So I only had that one stall in my weight loss in the beginning. Let's see. It's just my first day. I've done long fast, but switching to ADF. What's your biggest tips? Distractions, coffee, water, distractions. That's what my biggest tip is for people, is because they're always like, how do you get through the day? And I'm so busy all the time that I focus on that kind of things. Working out is another thing that you can do to distract yourself. I love going on walks. I actually just uploaded a dance video to the Facebook page, which people had been kind of liking. That was so much fun. It was so different. So what if you still have calories left or if you don't have calories left and are still hungry? If you need to eat, listen to the signs of your body. That's my biggest suggestion to you. If you drink water, you give it a little bit of time and you're still hungry, eat a little bit more. Your body's needing more food. It won't kill you to eat over. And that's one way, and that's one reason why I always say set your calorie counter between your BMR and your TDEE, because then if you eat at your calorie count on your calorie counter, then you still have that extra set of calories after what is in your calorie counter that you can eat up to be your TDEE. I think that might have answered your question, Morgan, or Miss Morgan, but if not, please let me know. Ah. Do you drink now? Have you still had problems with that? Lindsay, I drink in moderation, maybe a glass of wine on the weekends or something like that, but nothing nearly as much as I was before. Alcohol has so much sugar in it, and it's just not that great for you in general. I mean, of course, there are people that drink, and that's fine. Like, I don't judge you for that or anything like that. But I personally have just found for my own body, I can't drink a lot because then I have a harder time losing weight. Oh my goodness, so many things just popped in. Do you do better focusing on your short-term goals or your long-term goals? Probably my short-term goals. When I first started, I just wanted to lose 50 pounds. And then after 50 pounds, it's like I wanted to get down to this weight. And then after that, it was like I want to get down to this weight. And then now it's just kind of like I'm wanting to fit into my wedding dress in 3 months. No, and then after that, I don't really know what my new goal will be, but I definitely do have goals. Oh my goodness. Thanks for being patient and answering our questions. Thank you. And I know a lot of them pop up that I'm not seeing, so sorry, I'm scrolling up now. I have a hard time going a full day without eating anything. I keep having small snacks even when I'm not hungry. How do you break that habit? Try drinking coffee, water, or tea. Fill up on your fluids instead of actual food and see if that helps. There's people too that do broths. That helps a lot too. And those are really low in calorie. And they're, warm water too. Warm drinks, I've heard, helps fill you up better than cold drinks. Is it okay to eat something sweet occasionally on your eat days if it stays within your calorie range? Absolutely. That's one reason why I don't really feel comfortable doing keto myself, because there's too many things that I like that is restricted in the keto diet that I want to be able to eat when I want. And so that's why I like fasting over that, because it's really just counting my calories that way. How do you get over headaches during fasting? We've talked about this a little bit earlier in this video, and I think we've talked about it a couple more times in other videos. People have said that the best way to get over headaches on your fasting day is to add like pink Himalayan salt to your water. You're needing electrolytes or something like that. So Powerade, 0-calorie Powerade, zero calorie Gatorades, and then, like I said, pink Himalayan salt to water has been the biggest suggestion on things like that. I personally didn't have issues with headaches whenever I started all this, so this is all something new that I've learned as well. So magnesium as well, somebody says. Good luck, Noelle, on trying to make it to 7 a.m. for your first fasting day. How do you pass time when you're hungry on fasting days? Well, after this, actually, when I'm done talking to you guys, I'm going to either ride the bike or go on a walk or something like that to get out and get some exercise in for the day. To help distract me, I've been painting a little bit, trying to come up with some ideas for videos for you guys too. I'm still really needing to film that Total Daily Energy Expenditure. I know I keep saying that right. Video, and then I'm also wanting to film what I eat as an intermittent alternate day faster type video for you guys, just to give you some ideas on things that I do. And then this evening I'm going to be working out. So it's like after I'm done with you guys, I have a whole day just scheduled full of things that I need to do. So that's kind of how I keep distracted, or how I keep from eating, is just being so distracted. I can also cook something if I wanted to, but we have enough leftovers tonight for dinner, so I'm not gonna do that. You're giving her a headache about headache questions. Oh. As a diabetic, is fasting a practical idea for me? I think I had somebody come on one of these live videos a couple days ago and said that they were diabetic, and it helped them a lot with, I don't know enough about being diabetic, I'm sorry, but she or he said that it really helped then balance everything. But I can't remember the exact words. Power to Gatorade to Zero works. I'm doing intermittent fasting, 1 meal a day for 24 days with the exception of one small bit of wine, only lost 3 pounds. How long have you been doing that for, Elizabeth? Have you been already doing 24 days of intermittent fasting with 1 meal a day? Have you done any long fast? I think I've done, the longest fast I did was either 42 or 46 hours. I can't remember. I've said it a couple times in these videos too, and I can't ever remember how long it was that I went. Yeah. Today's a fasting day. I'll try to bake. Nice. Fasting really helps today. I actually got criticized for alternate day fasting. That was a first. Oh. Oh, look, so many people are answering about the diabetic questions. Cool. You've been doing it for 24 days and you've lost 3 pounds. Are you eating enough for your 1 meal a day? That's a good, that could be part of the reason why maybe you've only lost the 3 pounds. Yeah, Jason Fung, Dr. Jason Fung. I've had some people ask me about different reading materials and stuff like that. I actually got his book, the obesity code, and then I ended up loaning it to a coworker at my old job, and then this happened, and she was going to give it back to me at my wedding, so I don't know when I'm going to get that book back now. But she wanted it for her husband who had kidney, one of his kidneys removed or something. I can't remember what it was. Someone said snacking hack, eat while drinking something hot. Eat and then wash it down and it'll make you feel more full. Hey, that's a good hack. I didn't know that. Thank you for that. Let's see, scrolling back up to see if I missed anything else. It looks like a lot of people are answering about those diabetic questions. Cool. Am I in quarantine? Technically, but where we are allowed to go to the grocery store and we can still get out and do like hiking and walking and biking and stuff like that too, so. Spicy food makes you go slower as well. Oh, okay. Somebody asked what this challenge was. They're late to finding out what this challenge is. This is day 8 of our 95 day fasting challenge. It started last Monday, and what we are doing is I have a Facebook group where we are doing alternate day fasting for 95 days. So we'll eat one day, fast the next, eat one day, fast the next, and we alternate it back and forth, and we're doing this for 95 days because it takes 21 days to make a habit. And so if we can do it for 95 days, that's a little over 3 months. After that time, hopefully we'll all be able to go back to our normal lives. I don't want to talk about it though, because 95 days from when we started is the day before my wedding, and I don't want to get emotional thinking about it. So that's the goal. The goal is to fast for 95 days. And this has just been a support group that comes together and talks about intermittent fasting and what's worked for them. And we talk about meals and workouts and distractions and things like that on my Facebook page, which I will put down in the description of this video whenever it's over. The page's name is 95 Days of Fasting. You can also look up, I believe, me on Facebook under Rachel Sharp, and it should pop up just my page. And then on my page, you'll see, if you scroll down, it'll say groups. Yeah, Noel, you can join. If you go to the page and request it, I will get on there and accept people into it. Spicy food. Thanks, Dusty. You're welcome. Can I join? Yep. My longest has been 7 days. Currently, I'm into my second day of 10. I've already lost 5 pounds since Sunday evening when I started. That's awesome. Have you tried dry brushing to remove your lymphic system, thus tightening skin? I said this before too. The type of loose skin that I have isn't just like thin, sagging loose skin. It is like probably 3 to 5 pounds of loose skin around my midsection that needs to go away. It's not something that can be rolled or microneedled or anything like that to tighten it. What hour fasting do you think fat burning really kicks in? I know for me personally, after 24 hours is when the autophagy happens, which breaks down the cells. But I believe on the life fasting tracker, it tells you what time it is that it starts breaking down those other things. And I want to say it's after 16 hours, I think is when you hit your state. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, and I can't pull it up because I'm talking to you guys. 10 to 12 hours is when it starts. Thank you. Thank you. You found it difficult to start? Yeah, that's kind of why we have this group, to really help us push through and get started, because it does take a lot of willpower to start. Does autophagy affect any viruses in the body? I'm assuming it would help break down the toxins as well as that if it's already breaking down loose skin cells and things, recycles them and yep, we all encourage each other. Does tea work? Yeah, you can drink tea. You don't have to drink just coffee. Let's see. Actually, loose skin is an interesting topic. Is that really just surgery? That can take that away. With the amount that I have, more than likely. You know, when you lose 108 pounds of fat and you've been overweight since you were 12 years old and I'm 26 now, your skin's not really going to bounce back from that. So for me, it kind of seems like my only option at this point. And even after talking to my doctors, they also think that that would be the best for me personally. So it sucks, but I don't know if it'll ever happen anyway. So. On your eat days, can you just eat soup broth? I wouldn't want to on my eat days because I want to actually eat food. So I wouldn't do just broths. So what's your next big project that might be a game changer for you? Your example, like when you quit your job to do this full time. I want to start traveling and going to different places and talk about body image and just get to know some areas, different places where different, different body images are attractive in some places over others. That's an idea one of my friends gave me, but I don't know. That's a really good thing to think about for sure, because it's definitely what I did quit my job to do, was this for you guys. I'm just coming up and answering questions and trying to help as many people as I can with this way that I know best for me, that was worked for me. So let's see, not sleeping soundly on fasting days. Is that there's a period and a question there, Melissa. I'm not sure. Is that a question for me, or are you stating something? Hi to Bowser. Bowser's asleep. Some people have lots of energy on fasting. That's very true. How do I break a very long fast, like a month? I would probably break it slowly and not with a bunch of food at one time, because your body's definitely not used to that. What keeps me motivated on stressful days? Stressful days are hard for me because a lot of the time, if it's to a point where I have too many emotions running through me, I'm an emotional eater, and sometimes I do break. But other than that, I know it sounds silly and I keep saying it, but working out helps me tremendously get through my stressful days. Melissa said that was a question. Some people do have issues with sleeping on fasting days, and I've not really had that issue whenever it comes to something like that. So that's a good question that we can ask the group, is how to help sleep through on your fasting days? Because that's actually something that I would like to be able to ask as well. The hashling slasher. That's funny. I love it. Just a little FYI, when I have a binge weeks vacations, I do GM diet to de-bloat and get back on track. What's GM diet? I don't think I've heard of that before. Can you put a video out with your lifting routine and your cardio routine that we can follow as beginners? I did film one workout video, but like I said, it kind of required a little bit of equipment, and I know not a lot of people have equipment, but it's something that I'm in the process of working on. I just feel really awkward. Like, I can film, you know, me working out in my basement and put them in my vlogs where it's just like 7-second clips of each exercise. But when it comes to like trying to explain what I'm doing and stuff like that, I feel so awkward. Someone says that they, sorry, let me go back up here. Said magnesium might help with sleeping as well. Did you say to weigh in once a week or once a month? I weigh in once a month. Weighing in once a week, say 1 week you're a little bit lower and the next week you might be up a pound, that's going to discourage you. So once a month is was the best route for me, for sure, because I was very obsessed with checking the scale and I had to break that habit. So once a month. You really inspired me a lot. Well, thank you. What's the fasting? Somebody said not about fasting, but I know you're a fan. Which Office episode is your favorite? For me, my favorite episode of The Office, probably when Jim finds out Pam's pregnant, because that made me cry. And the wedding episode makes me cry too. And when Michael leaves, that makes me cry. That's not my favorite episode though. When you fast, you sleep a lot. Just came off 14 days and I've done 2 other long fasts, 24 days and 28. That's so crazy good. I mean, that's awesome that you're able to make it that long. I personally don't think I could. Let's see, looking up here. How do you deal with PMS cravings? I always seem to break. Really the week before, I definitely know that I'm getting ready to start that because I want to eat a lot more. And then, you know, I do break in, I give in to cravings. It's not okay to give in, or it is okay, sorry. It is okay for you to give in to cravings. Don't feel like you have to be 100% perfect. And if you want to eat a cupcake, eat a cupcake. Doesn't matter. Just do it. It's going to be okay, I promise you. You have to let yourself live your life too. You can't just constantly be focused on losing weight. And that's something that's taken a lot for me to learn, because I used to be so strict and so hard on myself. But you have to allow yourself to live your life, and you can't just constantly try to be like, I have to only eat this, I can only eat this, I can't eat that, I can't eat that. That's no way to live. That's not fun. Like, you gotta be good, you know, you gotta treat yourself. Can you still join the challenge without having Facebook? I don't have a Facebook account, and I've even chatted on here before. I mean, I'll come on here every day except for the weekends, I decided, and I'll talk to you guys. So if you want to join the challenge, you can do it that way. I mean, I just have a page on Facebook. You can follow Instagram too, and I let you guys know there whenever I do decide to go up on live. But I think I'm going to try to do it around 3 o'clock every day, because that seems like the best time for me personally. So let's see. I saw fasting does good to your immune system. Yep, which is awesome to hear, very much. Not weighing has helped me so much, I agree. Fasting solves everything. You're a great motivator, thank you. I hope you be happy always, girl, and Ian and Bowser too. Thank you. Let's go back down. Send good vibes. I'm sending you good vibes. You got this. We can get through this day. This day is going to, we will succeed. Let's keep saying that. Thinking about food too much makes me break. I have to almost do it and just not even think about what I'm doing. Once I start overthinking, it fails for me. I can see that being an issue. I know personally, like I said, I like keeping my hands busy, so cooking and baking definitely helps me. And then like watching Ian enjoy what I make. I kept saying last night I made for dinner this Southwestern style pasta with the impostable noodles from Thin Slim Foods. That I was like, I am a good cook. Look at me. I know how to cook. I threw all this stuff together and it just, I don't know. I felt like I'm not like that in real life. Like I'm not cocky about cooking and stuff like that. But I was like, this is really good. Like I'm really glad that I was able to make this. What about weightlifting? I weightlift every other day. So today's my weightlifting day and tomorrow's my cardio day. I work out at night before bed, so that way if I'm too exhausted afterwards, then I have a short amount of time until I can go to bed. But then my cardio days, like I said, I do those on my eat days, and I try to do it in the morning while I'm still in a fasting state. So that way it's like I do my cardio. I always sweat like terrible whenever I do my cardio and I hate being sweaty. So I will go and shower and then I'll come back out to the kitchen and I'll make myself breakfast. So it kind of gives me time to like cool down and everything. And that's what I like doing personally, is my cardio in the morning, you know. So yeah, but weightlifting, you can for sure do weightlifting. I'm almost 40. Does that seem to affect your weight loss, or do you know? I seem to have a lot more problems losing weight as I've gotten older. That sounds like something really common, but I can't answer that question for you, unfortunately. I'm sorry. There is somebody, Samaya Kazi, on Instagram, Sumayakazi. She's the one who inspired me to do intermittent fasting, and she's in her 30s. I want to say she's 35 or 36 years old, and she does intermittent fasting, and she has a lot of success with it as well. She also has, you know, her fasting group and stuff like that as well for her. So you might check her out and see, since she's a little bit older than I am. She's about, I think she must be at least 10 years older than me, or she is 10 years older than me. I think. I'm not sure. I think that's how old she is. I can't remember. I feel awful if like that's not how old she is, but I can't remember. How does cooking and baking not tempt you? It just doesn't. I don't know, like I said, it's doing something with my hands and making something, producing something is more of an achievement to me in the long run, I guess. Have I ever gotten sick when doing fasting? I mean, of course, I've come down with like a common cold, but I've not necessarily been like deathly ill or anything with fasting. Like I said, I've only been sick 2 or 3 times, and during those times it was like, you know, cold or something like that that I couldn't get over. So, how much should a person lose in a month with alternate day fasting? I don't have an answer for that question. I lost 16 pounds in my first month, but I do believe that a majority of that was water weight. So that kind of tells you a little bit of something. Rachel, I'm lousy around food when I am fasting. Utter rubbish. Can't resist a bitter pretzel. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm same as you, only doing weigh-in monthly. Late to the party today. Glad I still got to catch the live chat. You look great. Thank you, Ash. Love your smile. Thank you. Is Bowser based on Super Mario Brothers? No, he is not. He's actually a Basset Hound Schnauzer mix breed. He was an accident puppy. His mom was a Basset Hound and his dad was a miniature Schnauzer. And he was a Bowser. So we stuck with the name Bowser for him. So I can't even think of another name for him. He is Bowser. He's Bow Wow, Bowser, Bow, just Bow, Bubby, you know, whatever. He's like my child. Someone says, what is the challenge? I missed other 8 days. Our challenge is 95 days of intermittent alternate day fasting. So for one day you eat, the next day you fast, one day you eat, the next day you fast. And we're doing that back and forth for 95 days. Do you work out during your eat days or your fasting days? I work out both days. On my eat days, I do my cardio, and on my fasting days, I do weightlifting. So, whew. I'll tell you what, guys, I get major vocal fry after these hour-long videos. By fasting, do you mean only eat 500 calories? No, by fasting, I mean I eat 0 calories. Have you ever did 1 meal a day? I've not done it in like a long period of time. I've talked about this too. I don't like doing 1 meal a day because once I do 1 meal, then I cannot control myself the rest of the time. So 1 meal a day does not work for me personally. If I do 1 meal a day, it would be on a fasting day, and it's like I'm going over to my fiance's parents' house for dinner, and it's on a fasting day. And instead of like not eating with them, because I feel kind of weird whenever like his mom, she always goes out of her way to make these elaborate meals for us every time we come over, and it's kind of like I don't feel right not eating if I don't go over there. 0 calories for how long? 24 or 36? I go up to 38 hours without food. I have done 40 hours in the past, but now that I live with somebody else, it's easier and more manageable for me to go for 38 hours. So that way I stop eating at 8 o'clock p.m. in the evening, 8 o'clock in the evening, and then I skip the entire next day, and then I will break my fast at 10 o'clock a.m. the day after that. So, for example, this week, Monday was an eat day. I stopped eating at 8 o'clock last night. I won't eat it all today, and then tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, I will break my fast. You're a trooper. Wow, thank you. Back on track the last 2 days. That's awesome. Good for you. I used to run a lot, but then stopped running and started walking for my cardio. I lost water weight. I think running stressed my body out, but I also worked third, which is a stressor. You know, that wouldn't surprise me if running did stress your body out. I know running is not necessarily the best form of cardio because it can definitely scrape your knees for doing it for long periods of time, and that could be kind of one of the issues that I've been having with my knee, which worries me. So I'm trying to let it rest for sure because it needs it. I did see somebody asked a vegan question, and now I just saw the Vegan Pioneer ask something. I do eat vegan occasionally, but that's just because I like eating everything. So if the meal's vegan and it looks good, I'm gonna eat it. But I don't know if I will honestly transfer all the way to veganism, just because I don't, it's not in my cards right now, in other words, so. On your eating day, do you still track what you eat or just eat till you're satisfied? I track what I eat. I count my calories every eat day. So you just started alternate day fasting. Cool. How much mental clarity do you have on your fasting days? Define mental clarity. Are you talking about like, can I stay focused and stuff like that? Because if that's the case, yes, I'm more focused on my fasting days because I'm trying to distract myself from eating. So I do so many things on my fasting days. So my mental clarity is pretty good. Wow, I think I got all caught up. Oh wait. You're on an eat day, but more hungrier than normal. My last eat day, I was the same. Should I increase my protein intake? I've been averaging 10 to 15% protein on my eat days. I would try upping your protein and see if that helps. That could definitely be one of the factors. I've noticed, like I said in the past too, the days that I eat more protein, I do not feel hungry. Like last week or the week before that, yeah, it would have been last week. I made this omelet that was like, all eggs with cottage cheese and then yogurt. And it was like all that protein kept me so full that I did not eat again until like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I broke my fast at 10. So it's like all of that kept me full up until later in the day. And I think that has a lot to do with the protein that I took in. Do you take your last bite and start your clock at 8, or do you eat dinner at 7 and then start? Usually what I do is I'm like, okay, I finished my plate at, we'll just say I finished my plate at 7:57, then I start my clock at 8. Like, it's not exact specific amount of time, but I do start counting my clock after I stop eating. Did I start this to lose weight? Yes, I did, because I was 236 pounds when I started, and I had tried everything. I had gone to the gym for 3 months and I had only lost 11 pounds. I had, I was counting my calories and just counting my calories. I was taking phentermine from the doctor. Like, I took prescription weight loss pills. I tried Insanity. I tried this. I tried that. Like, I tried so many things. This was my last resort, and it's what's worked for me and what I've stuck to. And it's been awesome, really. I mean, of course, there are times where I'm like, oh my God, this sucks. I just want to go back to eating every day again. And then other times I'm just like, if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now, if I would never have started what I'm doing now, then I wouldn't be where I am today and learned as much as I have and had these amazing supporters and people that are behind me. And it's just, it's really awesome. It's been a life changer for sure. I wouldn't go back to what I was doing before. Does the hunger make it hard to focus, and does it make it harder to exercise? I tried running the past 2 days, and today was tough. Not really for me. Like I said, I've been doing this for so long though that I think my body's just kind of gotten used to my schedule. Today has been a little bit weird for me because I'm going back to that alternate day schedule, when before I had been kind of doing more 4-3 fasting, where I was eating 4 days a week and then I was fasting 3 days. So my schedule before was Monday, Wednesday, Friday I would fast, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday I was allowing myself to eat. And my body, I think, had gotten so used to that schedule that today it's kind of like, okay, like it's Tuesday, you should be eating today. And I'm like, no, I'm not. You ate yesterday, you don't eat it today. So, yeah, but running the past 2 days was tough. When I first started fasting too, I couldn't exercise on my fast days. It messed with my, like, it gave me like really bad acid reflux or something like that. So for the first, I can't remember if it's like over 1.5 years, I did not, I think I started working out on both of my days like 8 months ago. But before that, I was only working out on my eat days. So that way I had fuel that way. My body weight prefers to run on an empty stomach. Oh, wow. I noticed a huge difference. Can I explain? I think I might have answered your question about explaining the 4-3 method. If I didn't, please let me know. Have I tried any fat cutter drinks? No, I don't do any kind of like supplements or anything like that. Perfect Keto is a company that just sent me some products to try. They gave me this base drink that you can add to like your water to help you get through your fast if you feel like you need a little bit of something. But I'm not big on those types of supplements and taking things like that to help me get through the day. I'm mind over matter a lot of the time. I really push myself mentally to go as hard as I can without needing anything extra. It's just kind of like an accomplishment to me. I'm very stubborn, so. How long did you do Monday, Wednesday, Friday before changing to every other day? So in the beginning, actually, I did every other day for a really long time. I didn't start doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday until about 8 months ago, whenever I changed to doing working out on both days. So, I mean, I'm really glad to be going back to alternate day fasting to kind of prove myself that this was my roots. This is where I started. So, yeah. Been here since the early days. So proud of your success. You look radiantly happy. Thank you. How do you think your eating schedule changed once you guys decide to get pregnant? I won't be fasting anymore whenever I get pregnant. I've already decided that. I don't know when that's going to happen. There's a running joke between Ian and I that when we turn 30, we'll start thinking about it. I have 4 years. He's 6 months younger than me. So, of course, he's like, well, when you turn 30, I still have 6 months to start thinking about it. But, like, I do not plan on fasting whenever I become pregnant, because you're feeding 2 people now. You're not just feeding yourself. And I'm not going to not feed my unborn child. So. Hi there, Rachel. I'm Jen. Who are other YouTubers that have inspired you or that you look to for information? Honestly, I don't look at any other YouTubers. I'm not even a big YouTube person. I know it's weird, but like I get on YouTube and I watch like funny videos, Vines, compilations. Like I don't watch any other people. I used to watch clothing hauls. I used to love to watch like Loey Lane and stuff like that. And I don't watch anybody on YouTube anymore. I enjoy my time doing other things than spending it looking at YouTube videos, if that makes sense. So I don't really know there is one person or maybe two people that I've come across since that there's only two alternate day faster YouTubers. And I was one of them, and then this other person was another one, but I don't know who that was that they talked about. But I don't really know who else does intermittent fasting on YouTube or anything like that. So I can't answer that for you. I'm sorry. What did my workouts look like when I first started at 236 pounds? They didn't, because I didn't work out at all. I didn't start working out until I was down to 180 pounds. I think it was 180 pounds. Scratch that, reverse. I didn't start working out until after I had lost 62 pounds. So that's, yeah, about 180 pounds. And that was after 6 months, and I lost the 62 pounds. That's when I started incorporating in the C2 5K running app. And I started learning to like train for a 5K basically. And I just took that app really slow and slowly worked my way up to feeling comfortable to move on to the next step. So. I have the Life Fast app as well. If I eat on my fast day, should I start my Life app over? It depends. Are you eating 500 calories or lower, or are you eating over that? Because if you're eating over that, what I suggest to do is if you ate on a fasting day and you ate over the 500 calorie clutch and your next day is an eat day, stick to your schedule, because even if you said like, okay, I ate 500 calories or I ate 600 calories today. Oh my goodness, I have to fast all day tomorrow. Well, you're only eating 600 calories that day. There's no way that your body, unless you can do prolonged fasting, I know I can't. If I were to eat 600 calories today and fast tomorrow, I would struggle just as much getting through the next day because I didn't eat enough the day before. I hope that makes sense. So it just kind of depends on how much you eat if you want to restart your app or not on the Life Fasting Tracker. How do I deal with hunger pains on fasting days, especially around people that eat? Coffee, water, distractions. I walk away. Like for instance, if my fiance were to come in here and to make a pizza, I'd probably have to walk away. So. And Rachel, I am 5'4", 5 feet 4 inches. Are you strict on your fasting days, so only drink water and coffee on those days? Typically, yes. I try to only stick to 0-calorie coffee and water. I do 1 cup of coffee in the morning, or 1 to 2 cups of coffee, I guess I should say, in the morning. And then the rest of the day, I try to stick to just water on the rest of my fasting days. So, yeah. When you drink coffee on your fasting days, do you add creamer? I've been really bad at that. I used to do just completely black coffee, but now I do like a little bit of half and half and a little bit of vanilla Splenda to my coffee. And I really want to go back to doing just black coffee again. That's kind of part of this challenge that I really want to do. Have you tried apple cider vinegar? Not with fasting. I tried apple cider vinegar before I started fasting. That was another one of the methods that everybody talked about doing to help you lose weight. And I did it for a month and a half and I couldn't do it anymore. It just was too acidic and I couldn't do it. Just could not keep to it. So. What's the best kind of coffee to drink black? I like hazelnut coffee. I think that's the best that I can do. What have you learned about yourself on this journey? I've learned that I'm an emotional eater, that I'm really hard on myself, I'm really stubborn. I've learned that I can push through my hard days and that there is more to me than just being the shy girl who didn't ever talk to anybody because she thought people were looking at her and looking down on her because of her weight. So, I mean, that's a really loaded question. I've learned a lot. I've actually kind of wanted to make a video about that because there's been a lot of stuff I've learned over the past 2.5 years about myself with intermittent fasting. So definitely a video idea I've been thinking about doing. I don't know if people would watch it, but it'd feel good to get it out, I think. Let's see. Scrolling back up to see if there's any more. Someone said, I did a 40-hour fast a couple days ago, but I initially was going for 48 hours, but my mood was down and I had a headache from hell, so I broke 8 hours early. I think alternate day is more doable. Suggestions, maybe? What kind of suggestions are you looking for, I guess, is the question. Like the type of fasting or what would that be? If black coffee's hard, try stick it with medium roast breakfast blends. They are typically less bitter, so kind of mix them together. That's a good idea. You watch that kind of video? That's cool. Okay. Do you ever do broth? I've been liking a cup of broth when I start to feel really hungry on fasting days. I personally haven't done any broths on my fasting days, mostly because I try to do 0 calories, but that's definitely something to look into. I never have broth around either, so it's not something that I have like easily accessible for me to go grab from my cabinet or anything like that. So how is it to start dating at your starting weight? What do you mean, how is it to start dating? I was very self-conscious, if that's what you mean. I just left an abusive, well, I hadn't just left, but I had left an abusive relationship, mentally abusive relationship before that, that definitely played a big part in my future relationship and how I looked at myself. So it was definitely hard starting out. But Ian and I dated for a year before I started losing weight, so. Who made the first move, you or Ian? Well, so when we met through my best friend Hannah's roommate. No. My best friend Hannah's boyfriend was Ian's roommate. I hope that made sense. And so that's how we met. And we talked for like 6 months where it's like we liked each other, but we weren't really like, he wasn't ready for a relationship, which was, you know, fine, whatever. The night that we actually started dating, or that like the first move was made, we were playing Truth or Dare, and it was like one of those apps on the phone where it pops up and it like gives you 2 different like dares and truths and stuff like that. And the dare was kiss a member of the opposite sex in the room with you. And it was to Ian, and the only other female there was Hannah, and it was me and Hannah. So he and I kissed, and then after that, it just kind of like, okay, so I guess maybe we should start dating now. And then that's kind of how we started dating. But so it's not really like anybody made the first move as much as it was a game of Truth or Dare. I've heard different opinions from people about adding creamer to coffee, but I can fast all day, but I have to have creamer in my coffee. See, Kelsey, that's kind of how I feel too. Like anymore, it's almost like, let me add this little bit of sweetener to my coffee and then I can make it through the rest of the day. Water fasting, alternate day fasting. Water fasting, alternate day fasting. I've never tried water fasting before, Skill will, so I can't answer that for you. I mean, I know it's one of the many options out there of fasting, so that could be something doable for sure. You get all your info from Dr. Fung, Dr. Eric Berg, and Thomas DeLore. Always check with your doctor if you're diabetic and want to try fasting. Good luck. Does ADF induce autophagy? ADF, I mean, after 24 hours, autophagy does kick in, if that's kind of what you're asking. You add a dash of milk to your coffee. Your sister does cold coffee. She prefers that over black. I started fasting almost a year ago. Found a channel. It was one of the more informative ones. Thank you. Did you ever fast for 2 hours doing the ADF protocol and see weight loss? I'm sorry, I don't understand that question. Thank you. Oh shoot, guys, my phone is dying. It's at 20% battery right now, so I'm gonna have to let you go. We've already gone a little bit over the whole hour video that I like to do anyways. I'm sorry that we have to let you go and I have to go anyways, but my phone's gonna die. So this was a really successful question and answers video. I really, really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, ask them down in the comments of this video whenever it's posted, and I'll try to get back on there either later tonight or tomorrow, and I will answer them for you guys. You can also go to the 95 Days of Fasting Challenge on Facebook if you have a Facebook, and ask to be added to that group. It's a great support group. There's so many people on there that are there to like support one another and push you through your day. So you can do that as well. And like I said, I'll come on here at 3 o'clock tomorrow and we will talk again, and we will talk about dinner ideas. So if you guys can think of any dinner ideas, let me know, because we're going to talk about those tomorrow. And even I have to think of some dinner ideas. I could not say that word. Did you guys realize that? Struggle. But guys, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much, and we will talk tomorrow, and I'm super excited, and I appreciate everybody and all of you for coming up every day and coming and saying hi. I recognize so many of your guys' names by now. It's awesome. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. I don't know what time that is for you, but we will talk then. So long.